As kids get ready to head back to the classroom, now is a time to make sure that they are ready physically and mentally. So joining us live here is Dr. Adia Taylor with Optum Arizona with some tips. We already have kids going back to school in Chandler this morning, so I know a lot of them have the jitters. What do you tell parents as they get ready to head back, take their kids back to the classroom? What's like the one thing that you think that parents need to concentrate on?
It's definitely important to make sure that they have had their physical, so that way they know they're in great health, that they are up to date on their vaccines, so that they're at less risk of getting sick during school and missing days of school. Making sure that they've check to make sure, talk with the child, see if they have any jitters, answer their questions, listen to them, and make sure they're comfortable with starting school so that they have an easier transition going back to school.
I mean, back to school jitters, I mean, that's for real. Mm-hmm. So how do you know, though, I guess, at what level your kid is having the back to school jitters?
It's important to talk to them and listen to them. My son, he's almost 6 years old, going into the kindergarten, and he kind of was a little scared, and so what I did was I really talked with him and asked him what his concerns are, if he's ready, what his hesitation is. We talked about how to make friends. I even had where I had a stuffed animal who pretended that it was going to kindergarten and it was nervous, and he actually was counseling the stuffed animal. So then I was able to see where he was and also help assist him in the areas that he was concerned about.
Oh, that's a good idea, to assess where they're at. Mm-hmm. Oh, role reversal right there. I like that. What about vaccinations? I mean, is it too late to get vaccinated? Like, when should kids get vaccinated?
No, it's not. It's never too late. Once you come in for your school physical, well-child check, to have everything checked up. If they haven't had their Tdap, it's important to get that. Flu, when it's available, which is around September, making sure that they have their MMR vaccines for those under 6, and for the ones older, HPV, meningococcal is also important.
Are you seeing that that's even more important nowadays to get kids vaccinated? Because for whatever reason, they're now controversial and people don't want to get them vaccinated, but we're starting to see some of these old diseases come back, I guess.
Exactly.
So are you seeing that, I guess, encouraging parents more so now to get the kids vaccinated?
Yes, because before we had herd immunity, and so more people were vaccinated, so less people were exposed to the illness. But with more people not vaccinating, then there's more of a likelihood that they'll be exposed to it. So if they're not protected with a vaccine, then they can get those like meningitis and measles.
What about a sports physical right there? That we say get the sports physical before practice. When should you get it? And then what does it really entail? How is that different from your regular physical that you get when you go to the doctor?
So a sports physical, you're really checking and making sure that they had, their heart is healthy, they don't have any congenital heart defects, so they don't have any problems while they're participating in sports. And also making sure if they've had a concussion, giving them education about concussion awareness, making sure you're watching them closely because that does affect the brain's development.
What about diet? As we got really fast here, just a few seconds left. What would you say about diet as kids head back to school as well?
So for the brain to function the best, it's best to have lots of vegetables, plenty of water, whole grains, good full fat milk or dairy products, just to give it all the nutrition and try to avoid a lot of the sugar, the caffeine, and the processed foods.
And make sure, water. Obviously, especially now, it is so hot out there.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor. Good information. Like we said, Chandler went back to school today, and so now all of those other districts, they're getting ready to follow.